Hey there! You might be wondering why you're here, and frankly, so am I, but somehow it's been 2 years since I started my YouTube channel, and more people have decided that I'm cool enough to wow, English. And more people have decided that I'm cool enough to subscribe to than people who live in the town that I work in. So, I did not see this anniversary coming up at all, but sort of by popular demand, I'm going to be giving a tour of my tinkering world, which, fair warning, it is a mess. So first off, I had this little thing, and then I tested to see if this could protect me from all mobs. I used that in my hardcore world. I roughly made the house that I wanted, then decided that I hated this roof and copied it over to here and went with that, and then completely forgot to do this window thing. But this was the original drafts of my house, and no, I didn't finish the back. I watched Hermitcraft, what do you expect? This I had my 1 year/birthday anniversary on, and I got fireworks. I spent so long crafting all of these fireworks, and there's so many of them. And the lava's to keep out the slimes, because I didn't know what else to do. I'm not going to turn it to peaceful in case I need them for stuff. And then the inside. If you were there for this, you were there for this. If not, this is probably really confusing. I can't blame you. There was a cake there, I promise. But that's this area, and then I started expanding. Like over here, I tested out my silly string farm that I use. It works great. Have that in my hardcore world. What is this? Oh, I used to have villagers in here that I would trade the string with to prove how well it worked. They died. Someone said make a statue of an axolotl. It was that hammer person, actually. And I will. Okay, it's not letting me swim in there, but this used to be full of axolotls, and then they died. This was the original villager breeder. Plot twist, they died. But I practiced it to make sure it would work. Anything important, I practiced to make sure it works. Then I moved the villagers over to here, and then here was an early idea for an iron farm, how I would transport them up. I forgot that I closed that off, but the villagers would get transported up there, and then I tested to make sure it worked, and it did. For a while I had a zombie thing, but that just was not working, so I ignored all that. This was where I had villagers get turned, and then I'd transport them over here as zombie villagers, and then once they were fully villagerized, I put them in here. They all died, and new ones have taken their professions. I made this, and I spent hours on it, and I was so proud of its existence, and then I made a single YouTube short with it. And that was it. I might have to make stuff with this again, it kind of looks cool. I was just bored and felt like it. Over there is an abandoned village where I just mess around sometimes, so I don't have anything cool over there. When I first started playing Minecraft, every house I made, I just would take a tree, pour water over it, and at the time, all the mobs that would try to go through would end up swimming up. They had a hard time getting through the waterfall. Mob AI must have changed or something, because I don't think that works anymore, but this is what my old Minecraft houses used to look like. I thought I was a genius, but I was playing on creative, so it didn't matter anyways. This is a monstrosity, but I was thinking I could make a steampunkish house, and I was seeing if I could use every block in the game, so this is going to be in my exterior palette, and it just was terrible. Over here I tested out little palettes by making the same house a gazillion times, and using different color palettes for it. Some of them work better than others, but overall I think this mostly came out pretty well. Up here I tried a wither cage to see if I could make a wither, not wither skeleton, like an actual wither cage, to see if I could take that on in my hardcore world. it didn't work so well, actually. Here is a house that I'm planning on making. I've already made a duplicate of it to see how well I could recreate it. All these guys live in here and they just don't leave because of the carpet, but shh. There's enough fish in here to just zoom around, I guess. I got bored there too. And then I recreated that house that we just went into. I tested out wall designs over here. Wasn't that happy with it. Then I tried out different paths. This one was pretty cool, but I think I'm going to go with this one, and it's going to go through the village thing I'm making in my hardcore world. Over here I tested out what my wheat field would look like, then I realized that it was severely on a hill, and came over here and made sure that that color palette and all that still worked. And it did. Here's like an obelisk that I was making. If you know the Minecraft code, this says Lexus. Don't, I know it's not great, but, yeah. I decided that I need a fishing hut, definitely not inspired by Hermitcraft Season 10 at all. So I made this thing first, and, oh, I thought I put a ladder up here. Must have broken it. Lack of space aside, it kind of looks terrible. So I tried again, and this one I was really happy with and was able to finish. And I have a lo-fi video coming out. I don't know if it's going to be out yet by the time I send this to you guys, but I do gather all the materials for it. Oh, I think I forgot that barrel. Whatever. I'll be close enough, and I'm going to try to rebuild this in my world. I don't have any mods installed or ready to use, so I literally had to go through and count every single block. But I think I got them all. Over here I practiced trying to cut down mangrove trees and how to handle them and all that, since I had just gotten a sapling for it. I hate them. This is a very, very inefficient bone meal farm that actually costs more bone meal than you get out of it. But I was learning how to redstone, and I'm actually really proud of it because I watched like 6 or 7 videos and I was able to make this without help. And it doesn't necessarily work, but you put all this bone meal here and it goes through and it's kind of constantly bone milling this bad boy, and then occasionally it breaks and does what it's supposed to. But definitely not redstone genius. But I was really proud of this, especially this circuit. It helped me understand and learn a lot. It just doesn't actually function. Over here, I got a castle that I've been planning on building. It goes up on that hill thing that I've said I'm going to build a castle on. Also in my hardcore world. I put villagers in here because I felt like it. I also found out, here, watch this. Not that one either, yes. They just disappear into the ground. It's hilarious, because I cover their beds. And then they're safe in there too. But it's also really funny when the day comes. I just saw a few more disappear, because they just materialize. So they get raptured at night, and then they just become zombies. My game is really lagging because my brother's also using the internet and we can't share. The internet just sucks here. But yeah, I like this castle design. I have, like, the inside's more or less finished. Didn't put ladders on all of this because I didn't really feel like I had to. No one cares. Don't at me. And then up here, like, I guess this is a princess tower or whatever. And I figured leveled out cleric. And then for friendship, we have axolotls. I'm pretty sure she can't fall. Over in the back, I had the horse stables, and then I have this thing that I've been utilizing a lot sweet berries with moss over so mobs can't get in. The only thing that can cross are foxes. But I got these horse stables and also a way to secretly enter the back of the castle. Y'all... Whatever, there's only one bed. You can't all be back there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this castle. I also like the gate. Usually castle gates are kind of rough, and this is not the most perfect one, but I'm happy with it. I got bored, and so I made a mob sorter, and this is so far been very accurate. There's an excellent example. If you can just move. Creepers float in water, so it's gonna go up very slowly, I guess. And then this is enough drop to kill a creeper, but not a witch. So when the creeper falls and dies, and every once in a while they hit this water, but I have no other way to get the witch over there that I could think of. Oh, hurry up, you're making me look bad. I know it's laggy, but just... Yep, and then it dies. And this should be just gunpowder. This is from the witches. For my undead mobs, I was having a little bit of trouble, but for the most part, it's only zombies that come into this one. Because they get attracted over by a villager. And then over here, it's a mix, but you have a lot more skeletons since the zombies, for the most part, get attracted over. Oh, here's a excellent sorting example. The undeads sink. Wow, the lag in this is bad. While the other ones float. I've had a very rarely, but every once in a while, I'll have zombies get stuck in this thing for too long, and then they'll go up here once they're turned to drowns. So that's what this one is, because they will then circle back in and out and through. Yeah, here's creepers going up, and I already showed you those guys. And then... You're not even doing the cool spinny thing you do sometimes? Wow. Oh, sort of. Yeah, forgive the lag. For what it's worth, I deal with this all the time, so you can. If I can, you can. Then they go through here, and they get sorted this way. And the skeletons almost never come over, because they have no reason to. And the zombies almost always go over, but sometimes they'll be stuck. This was my idea for a disc farm. It's basically a creeper farm, but instead of dying... Oh, do I have one? Yeah. So they get scared by the cat, which sends them into this, but sometimes that makes them panic. But they will go up here and then over, and then I got a skeleton in here, so he'll try to shoot you and you'll be ducking and dodging and weaving over here. Oh no! Why is there a cat in here? Get out of there, buddy. And then it'll blow up the TNT. Happy for you. And the TNT will kill the creepers. And I've had minor problems with explosions over this way with the TNT when flying. But for the most part, it works great as a disc farm. And I don't know if disc farms have very many design ideas, but I'm happy with mine. Over here I was trying to design what my little town thing would look like, and I like the fountain. I don't have half these flowers though, so that'd be a problem. But I am going to build this barn. This is going to go on the hill, also in my hardcore world. Don't know if I'll ever get a cat, but if I do, I want it to be a jelly. They're the best cats. I got the chickens laying their eggs. Holy guacamole, are they laying their eggs? And then I got the cows over here. And I got horses. And then I won't need my annoying loud animal pits. This is just an idea I have for a way to get up to my territory things. I was thinking I could have like stuff like this, and then fill it with sweet berry bushes in there and cover it in moss carpet so nothing can get over. And then this would be a bridge over that. Just a little idea. And here's where I was testing to see if that would work. This was the design layout for something. Don't ask me what. I was looking at different armor trims here. Trying to figure out what to do with my sheep. Didn't like this, but the next design I did like, so I settled on that. Tell me if this is familiar. Minus the brown sheep. Someone told me to build a chicken house, so I designed one. I'm actually fairly happy with this. Looks like a chicken. Which, you know, is kind of the job. Chickens have very flat things here, but I couldn't just, like, do that. That looks dumb. So I decided I'd put it in the ground. Looks better than the carpet, trust me. And then here's the actual chicken. Just realized I gave him a butthole. Oh well. Could not tell you why I put this beak in here. Maybe as a light source, I don't know. There's better light sources though. Made this Eiffel Tower thing. Okay, and then all the materials that it took me to build the Eiffel Tower so that I could then go create the Eiffel Tower on my hardcore world. And that's kind of a summary of this area. Oh, see, when I first designed the fish tank, it almost looked good. Alright, you can't be upset at me for how it turned out. I just... ugh. Okay, you can't be upset at me, it's terrible. I have a statue of myself here, because I'm awesome like that. Really early design for the castle. And inside it, I was stacking boats on top of, like, chickens and pigs so I could go into the oh. Good thing we're in creative. But you can, like, just sit on a pig in the void, and that's... if that's not freedom, I don't know what is. Yeah, I'm sorry this exists too. Then I got the design for a cactus farm, a sugarcane farm that I never went through with. It's not the most effective either, but it sort of does its job. I'm sure you recognize this if you watch my hardcore videos, and I do plan to put the mushroom top on it eventually. Dropper I did. I feel like this would be way better from higher up. Yeah. Should have done that. I plan on building this at some point, but it used to be where the island with the fish tank is. That's where I was going to plan to put this, and then I didn't do that, so I don't know where to put this. But I will use it eventually. I also planned for it to be my storage room. That worked out so well. And then at the very bottom, why are there people? How did you get down here? Why are you down? I don't know. It's gonna have a map room and all these books. These would be all enchanted books, although I didn't have time to... well, I had the time, I just didn't care. Little table, and then, of course, water source for when I wanted to just jump off. Because don't we all sometimes? Didn't know what to do with this room. Still don't. It's not big enough for anything important. Might just leave it as is. This was originally going to be my bedroom, and then I just sort of gave up on that idea. This is the outline for that. Like what I based it off of. Red command block, okay. Here's a dropper. Mob farm. It mostly does glow squid, because super flat. And you can see it mostly doing glow squid. Gotta love that. Glow squids are always messing up my farms. Let's see, what else have I not shown you? Oh, these are all iron farms that I planned out. This one burnt to the ground because I built it out of wood. I was tired. I'd put the lava around so stuff can't get too close, and then also for a while I was not building it high enough so stuff would occasionally spawn down low, which, you know, is not fun. No way, you lived? Snarkle? Guys, Snarkle survived. No one else did. And then another one, and another one, and another one. Yeah, I got a lot of those. And then I think that's almost it. Have another mob farm here, except instead of giving up on trying to make sure they fall far enough to die. Wait a second, is this just skeletons? Nope, okay. I have done that before. I really hate skeletons after my first hardcore world, so... yeah, this is just a little death pit. Very loud. Some... down here? Somewhere around here. It's over here. There be the booty. Yeah. And then up here I made a YouTube short, and it's like, fun fact, if you like the color purple, then you like it when red and blue are mixed together. I was just trying to make people upset and also make fun of how dumb shorts are, but it actually did almost fairly well. Here I was trying to do like this kind of cool space effect. Then I had a back room to this. Oh, it's just death, I guess. Could have sworn I put something in here. Ah, sort of. A hole to the void. Gotta love those. Alright. Sorry to interrupt. And then we're back where we started. So yeah, 2 years. And then I made this crummy video to make up for it. I'm sure no one's made it to this point, but if you did, put a random timestamp and say, no way, that's absolutely insane, to troll people who didn't watch all the way through. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all this time. It really has been a lot of fun making all these videos, and I know I'm not anybody, at least not any sane person's favorite YouTuber. I've had a few people say, you're my favorite, but there's no way. It's not. I don't even make good content. But if you have ideas on stuff I should build, stuff I should make, as Minecraft says, bring it on.